Good evening. We'll call the meeting of the Hawarden City Council of Hawarden, Iowa to order on Wednesday, July the 12th, 2017, 5:30 p.m. President, staff, Councilman Payne and Councilman Monty are not present at this point. Standard agenda items number 1, approval of the June 28, 2017 council meeting minutes.
So moved.
A motion by Tim. Is there a
Second.
Second by John. Questions? All in favor of the June 28th city council meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, passes 3-0. Next is claims for payment. I'll start to my right with Travis for questions.
None, thank you.
Okay.
None?
None.
No questions, hearing no questions.
So moved.
There's a motion
Second.
by Travis, second by Tim. All in favor then of claims for payment for July 12th, say
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. That again passes 3-0. No one to open business from the community. Okay. Move to the mayor's report. Everyone can help support the American Legion by attending their corn and hamburger feed on Thursday, July the 27th at the Hawarden City Park. Hawarden American Legion does a lot to promote everything here in our community. WEC Clinic will be at the Community Center on Wednesday, July the 26th. Sioux County Youth Fair is now going on until the 15th. Many of our youth from the area participate in this. Then just a reminder, the Farmers Market at the City Park is held every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. Anything from council this evening? Go to staff reports. Pam?
Yes, just wanted to update everybody. For the past several months, we've been working with our Summit software company in getting the city's information into our software so that we can easily pull records from there instead of having multiple spreadsheets to revert to all the time. And what we're just finishing up with now is reconciling the bank statements for the last fiscal year and comparing them to the monthly manual spreadsheets that were previously done to reconcile. And today I just started gathering information for our pre-audit that will be done this month yet. And our auditors have been working with us as well, and they're looking forward to being able to retrieve the information from the computer for future audits.
Good, thanks for your work with that. It's pretty intense. Tom?
Knife River is going to be here tomorrow morning about 7:30 and going to start milling the alleys. They hope to have that process done tomorrow and Friday start paving. And if they do not finish paving Friday, they will follow up on Saturday and hope to get that done. Once they're paved, they have asked if we could let them set through the night so they can cool and get hardened so we don't have any problems with them. So I want to thank everybody for their patience with this. Most people are pretty excited to have their alleys cleaned up on the 5 blocks of Main Street. So
We'll have it pretty well barricaded so nobody can...
they said they would cone them off then.
Okay.
So
Great. Good. That'll be a good project. Gary?
I just want to add a little more to Pam's comments. One of the reasons that we're doing what we're doing is we found that transitioning from Cheryl to Pam, it was a difficult process, and more so because of Cheryl did a fantastic job, but with the utilization of our software system, I think it will make the transition easier the next time. And as we transition to new city administration and as well as Tom's position in another year or so, being able to pull reports that really are meaningful by having all the information in our software system, it'll allow them to pull reports that are much more useful for both the administration purposes and for you, providing you more information and more detail, rather than having to. Currently, we create reports that if you don't know the background to the numbers that we're being used in the reports are really useless. So by doing what we're doing, it's been a tremendous amount of work for Pam. She's been here on weekends and nights, and I mean, she's put in tons and tons of hours beyond what would normally be the case. So we appreciate that, but it'll be well worth it in the long run. It's just getting from point A to point B. So we're excited.
Thank you. Jim, anything?
No.
Okay. Mike?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to other agenda items. Jason Coleman is unavailable to be here this evening. Agenda item number 4 is the approval of the fiscal year 2017 write-offs. Our office staff does a phenomenal job with working with our citizenry and customers to assist them in keeping their utilities on and working through the process to get things paid. Do you have any other comments in regards to the write-offs, Gary?
No, I think they're, when you consider that we handle over $5 million through that office every year, and to have write-offs totaling about $2,900 is pretty phenomenal. Tracy does an amazing job. They all do a tremendous job, but Tracy is primarily responsible for collections, and she handles the customers very well, very polite, but very assertive, and you can see the result of that. I'm extremely pleased with that number.
And likewise, the ambulance write-offs are just Medicare and Title 19.
Yeah, they're really out of our control. They tell you what they're going to pay, and we have to write the balance off, so we have no option. So.
Questions about the write-offs for fiscal year 2017? Is there a motion for their approval?
So moved.
By John, seconded by Tim. All in favor then of the approval of the fiscal year 2017 write-offs, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That also passes 3-0. Well, we've gotten through the first 4th of July with the new city ordinances, and we'll give us some feedback on what you've heard, Mike and Gary, from the citizenry. I had one phone call from someone I was kind of concerned about the litter and the trash of people not picking items up. What have you heard of this?
Yeah, I'd gotten, I guess, 3 phone calls total, and again, concerned about the loud, especially the very loud ones that were going off, and so I thought it would be wise maybe to put it on immediately put it on the agenda, just so we're still fresh. And maybe by discussing it tonight, it'll bring other comments from other residents forward and to you folks too, so you know whether any changes are necessary or not. But at this point, I think I had 3. I don't know, Mike.
Mike, anything to hear?
You know, we had a couple calls afterwards. Our complaints were about normal throughout the year, or throughout the season. I think we did the right thing by shortening it. Hearing from other towns, there was a lot of people where they did nothing that were really tired of it. But I think the difference this year, and I'm not sure if it's just because it was legal or not, but there was so much more of the very loud fireworks, the larger fireworks, and I think that in itself gave us a lot more complaints. But as far as fireworks usage off of property, anything like that, that wasn't that big an issue. It was mostly the noise, and we had a couple places we had to go the next day and make people clean up. But
And unfortunately, sometimes they do the fireworks at night, have to get up, you go into work, they'll get things cleaned up. Council, get any comments or phone calls?
Yeah, I got one.
And a few, yeah.
But
Mostly the very loud between 10 and 11 p.m. and a lot of people that didn't know the exact ordinance, so they were after hours and different situations.
I do want to comment that it was really nice on the 4th. It was beautiful. I was over at a friend's house and watching it, and it was as good as a lot of stuff you go and, put on by the cities and stuff. So I'm kind of happy that it was really pretty on the 4th.
Holcomb Payne, we're at agenda item number 5, fireworks.
Thank you.
I think it would be my hope as mayor that we put this again on the agenda item for the next meeting and encourage the more feedback if people wish to give us more feedback and what their thoughts are for how the ordinance went with them. And if we get some more feedback, maybe we can, if we need to, we can have more discussion and make some changes. That'll still give them, a couple more weeks to give us some more feedback if they're interested in that. Would that be all right? Thank you. We'll move on to item number 6, resolution 2017, setting the salaries for the appointed officers and employees for fiscal year 2018. Gary, want to give a little background in that, please?
The salaries are set primarily by our collective bargaining agreement that is for 4 years. So we just take the collective bargaining agreement and what's allowed, and for the non-collective bargaining employees, they get the same amount. So we don't change anything for anybody. So it's really the agreed upon amount that you guys have agreed on for the next 4 years in the collective bargaining agreement, and we just pass that through to everyone. So.
Any questions about this resolution or how that is completed? I'd entertain a motion then for resolution 2017-17, setting the appointed officers' employee salaries.
So moved.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Tim.
Payne.
Tim said yes. Payne raised his hand.
Oh.
I heard it before, so put Tim in there, please.
Got it.
A roll call vote then for resolution 2017-17.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Olson,
Aye.
Kurth,
Aye.
Allen,
On a 4-0 roll call vote, resolution 2017-17 passes. Agenda item number 7, city administrator replacement discussion. I thank John and Travis and Gary. We had a meeting the other day and kind of put together the general description and duties and responsibilities of that. Should have gotten those out today. They are also on your table. I'm giving the minimum qualifications and then the general profile. As you know, we're trying to maintain the timeline that we brought forth last meeting. And so tonight we're just going to hopefully approve the profile and hopefully maintain the schedule. We think the schedule would be very workable as far as timing to get a position in for a replacement for Gary by the start date of February 1st. At the next meeting, the committee will bring forth a little more of the salary range and publications. We did have some discussions in regards to where to do that advertising at, and so we can bring that forward with you too. Travis kind of went through the job description and cleaned it all up from responsibilities and so forth, and put it in a nice working document. John did some work with that too, and Jim for legalese. So I'd open it to any discussion, questions about the document that we sent to you today and now on paper. This seemed to be pretty workable for the city of Hawarden.
It seems to cover everything.
I had just one thought after I'd just recently here this afternoon, after I'd responded to it from Gary, but I wonder if we should put something in about people indicating, and maybe we're going to do that, whether they want their application kept confidential because of the open records law. I think it's, some people aren't going to want to if we're going to get candidates that are working somewhere else. If they don't indicate that they want it confidential, I think we're on a lot thinner ice on keeping it confidential. So I want to do that. That's the only other thing I'd had an additional thought of.
Put that in the profile area then, Jim?
Well, I don't know, maybe just in the ad, I don't know.
Put it in the
I
application.
just, while I was thinking of it, I wanted to bring it up, so.
Or anything else from your perspective with that?
I think that was all. I just didn't think of it the first time I looked at it.
That's all right. Anything else, council? Okay. If you have thoughts or concerns, myself or Travis or Gary, John. We'll move then to the last agenda item, which is a consent agenda for Sportsman's liquor license renewal on premise liquor, beer, and wine with outdoor service and Sunday sales. Is there a motion for that agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Tim, is there a second?
Second.
Payne, I saw that. Got Payne in there, please. All in favor of the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes 4-0. Our next regular meeting will be Wednesday, July the 26th. Hoping to maybe have a tour of the hospital prior to. Gary's going to work with that. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Moved by Tim, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, thanks for your attendance.